So I know you've talked quite a bit about not wanting to feel vulnerable and hesitating to reach out for help, and those sorts of things have been pretty common themes. Um, so I know you said you did make an appointment, and was that something that was just because you weren't feeling well, or did you get some support in making that choice, or
A little bit of both, I guess. I realized that I was having issues, and I've had issues in the past that I haven't really dealt with, and I figured, what was the worst that was going to happen? At this point, I figured I need to take care of stuff that I've put off for how many years now? There's been lots of stuff that I should have gone, everything. Ever since I had dealt with everything, so just bit the bullet and figured I would make an appointment. We talked the last time about realizing that you can do stuff and that it's not the end of the world, and I figure me coming here and talking and all that has gone fairly well, so I figured, not have said, baby steps, so I figured might as well take the next step and figure out what was going on. I figure I'm at a good point mentally, like I'm not upset and depressed and any of that. Like I worry and stuff all the time, but other than that,
so it sounds like you've reached out for help in some other areas, and it's going well, and now you're taking that steps in other areas.
yeah, I figure I might as well. It hasn't been, it's not going to hurt to try. If it doesn't work, what's the worst that can happen? If I didn't like coming to see you, I just wouldn't come back. It's not the worst thing not the end of the world. We realize that life goes on.
And have you had any opportunities between last session and now to have let yourself be vulnerable where you have reached out for help? And
As far as what? Anything in
anything
general, or
just in general? Like I know you said there was a couple times where your son forgot his trumpet, and you took care of that. Did you have the chance to rely on anybody for help for that?
the last time I think I called my husband because he came home from work early. He was coming home. Luckily, he has band at the end of the day, and we had eye appointments at the end of the day, so they were getting early dismissal. My husband was coming home from work, and it was perfect timing. I said, "Can you swing by the house and pick up the trumpet first and swing around and drop it off to the school?" I figured it'd save me the time. I didn't have to do it. I sat and relaxed, and it was good. I've been doing a lot of relaxing, which is better. It's good for me. I need to.
Yeah.
I can take the edge off and just take it easy. Not worry if the house is a mess or the carpets need to be vacuumed.
You have to take that time for yourself. And that was another thing that we had talked about previously was relaxation and meditation, and maybe, for you, just being able to sit and enjoy yourself and do something you like to do is just as effective as, meditating.
Yeah. And I haven't been able to seek out the classes like we had talked about last time, so I'm not sure. This has been going on, my medical issues have been going on for, I don't remember if it was happening the last time I seen you or not. It may have been. I didn't know because it had been going on for a little bit of time before I really realized like what was going on. It progressively got worse. So I haven't been. It's been affecting sensations and mobility. So I've been hesitant to make appointments for like yoga and stuff like that, where I could possibly maybe injure myself. So yeah, I haven't really done that, but like I said, since then, since the last time I met, I have been taking more time to like relax and just not do anything on my days off. So
I know you said just now sensation and mobility, and I know health things are a personal matter. So if you don't feel comfortable sharing, I completely understand. But if you know, what kind of problems or symptoms are you experiencing?
like it started, like so I said about I don't know if it was happening the last time because it was something that had happened and I didn't really know. But I've always disliked shoes. I've always been known for the woman that wears flip flops all the time, winter, everything. The last couple winters I haven't been because I joke and say I'm getting older now and I don't like the sensate the cold. It hurts. It just hurts my body. But I've been having problems when the weather started to turn here just a little while ago. I stopped wearing my flip flops and started wearing flats, which I don't know, just slip on, comfortable, no tight shoe, and I've never liked shoes, and I had weird sensations. My feet didn't really feel good, whatever. But then it progressively got worse. They're numb all the time. Like it felt like as if maybe my feet were asleep, like my toes and my extremities, and that's how it was. And then after I'd get home, I'd take my shoes off and I'd relax. It would feel all right. And then the next day it would happen, and then it progressively got to the point where like it wouldn't go away. Like my feet felt like that all the time. So that's when I started, expressing my concern, just even in simple conversation. And then if people had suggested, oh, make an appointment. No, I didn't. I said, no, that's fine. I hate wearing shoes. I told you I hate wearing shoes. And I got to the point where it progressively started to like almost travel up to like my ankle area, would feel numb, and it would never go away. It's to the point now where like it's traveled up to my like fingers and hands. And, like I have like weird sensations and like my midsection, my stomach is like numb. Like yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, I've done some WebMD. Everybody has the internet. And I've looked some, and I've seen a few things, ruled out, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. A lot of it's speculation. There was a few things. I mean, there's a few things that I had symptoms of, and I don't know. I figured I might as well do something. I mean, and then when I started reading symptoms and stuff, things that I've complained about in the past, like in my life, things that have always been an issue started making sense. Like if, I have an itch and I rub too long or whatever, I'll say, it gives me a weird sensation. Like it feels like it almost is slightly painful. Like that section that I'm touching like goes to sleep. Goes numb. I've never liked shoes. I don't like the way they feel. I've never been able to wear tennis shoes for working out. I've had to. I don't know if you've ever heard of like Skeletos. Yep. They're like a slip-on athletic shoe because when I'd be on the treadmill or I'd run, my feet would go numb. I didn't like the sensation of anything tight. So now that I was reading all these symptoms and stuff that I was having, I'm like, I wonder. So I don't know if this is like something that's just started to occur, if it's an underlying medical condition. And then I also read that shingles, the shingles virus, can bring out some of the, because it said neuropathy. There's a bunch of different kinds of neuropathy, and they said and I had a shingles outbreak. That's one reason that, the light bulb went off when I had read that, like, back after I had my daughter. I had her in July, and July 1st, and at the beginning of August, maybe the second week of August, I had what I thought got stung by bees when I was weed whacking up to our property, and I felt it, and it hurt and all that, and then later on realized when I woke up and it had spread everywhere that I had a shingles outbreak, which I believe was the onset and all the postpartum that I didn't know was going on. I think that was, I worried myself to death that, like, it was bad. I was taking care of a newborn. That was the beginning of all my issues. Then when I had my shingles outbreak was at the lowest point that I had ever been in my life. So I wonder now, thinking, I don't know.
Yeah, that could be some sort of connection there.
Yeah.
That's why it's important that you made that appointment.
Absolutely. Follow up and figure. Well, and I figure with that all being said and reading into that, this is a good time for me to go to the doctor, talk about my existing condition, something that's happening, and a way of talking about what's happened in my past. Because that might have something to do with it. Although that's not me now. I can talk about that. You never know. Like, it might answer lots of questions. So I figure, all this might be happening for a reason. So.
It's definitely, that can be something that's quite scary, and thankfully you felt comfortable enough to share that all with me. And,
it's all part of the change. We've talked about that. It's nothing that I've done wrong, or it's just something I figure it's not. I can't let it affect me. I can't let it, define me. I have to do something about it. So I figure now or never. Yeah, it makes me nervous, but I'm not going to get nervous and upset about it and all worked up because, like, I found out when I had that shingles outbreak, when I was going through that postpartum, I think, it was a catch-22. Like, it was your nerves. I was nervous about it. It was bothering me. But how do you not worry about it? It was like, don't worry about it because it makes it worse. But how do you not worry about it because it's better Like, I have a newborn to take care of. Like, yeah, I have a husband, but I also had a 2-year-old. Like, I have to wrap myself, cover. I don't know if that's maybe what triggered a lot of the stuff that made it worse, or if it had been happening before, and that was just the final straw. I think that was the first time that we really realized that something serious was going on. And of course, I had to get medical attention for that. So it's not like I don't go. I do if I need to. So.
And that's, things to look back on, that you have gone through some tough times, and you have found the strength to get through those. And that's important to keep in mind, that you have those inner strengths, and not to let that get out of sight.
And it's nothing that I did wrong. I think that's it's a big thing for me that helps me, that it's nothing that I. It's just
It's-
life. I can let it define me, or I can, beat it. Like, I let that happen in my past. I let stuff that I went through really take a toll on me and, like, turn me into something that I'm not. Which is not my fault. Like, I felt ashamed. It's not my fault that happened, so I might as well deal with it. But at that time, when I was going through, I was so low and so vulnerable, and maybe I didn't really know 100% what was going on, So you don't see that at that time. You think that is like the end of the world.
Mm.
And then you have kids, and you realize that, yeah, it's nothing. So,
Yeah, one of the biggest things is taking that step to get help and not feeling ashamed that there's something wrong with you.
yep.
So, steps in the right direction.